Hello. How is everyone doing today? Giovanni Frazier here, also known as Your Guiding Light, and this is a very impromptu live. Um, and so I'm just gonna jump right in and get started, okay? It's so interesting how ever since I have been doing this work as your guiding light, and more particularly as the owner of the Hidden Jewel Wellness Boutique, which is where we are right now, every time I choose a theme for the month, it literally shows up in my world in real time. Um, Part of what makes me your guiding light is that I literally navigate my shadows and then I shine my light for you all to see so that you can navigate yours on this journey called life. So if you've been feeling a little groggy, if you've been feeling a little bit like everybody else's priorities seem to supersede yours, if you've been feeling like you're just trying to play catch up and oh my God, how is it already February already? Then you're going to want to stay tuned to what I have to say, because I promise you, you'll find yourself somewhere in what I'm about to share. Okay? As always, I often say that there are going to be moments when it's going to be a aha, like I'm going to say something and you're going to have an aha moment, which means like, oh wow, I never thought about it like that, thanks girl. Then there are going to be moments that's going to be like a chin check moment, like, oh girl, you ain't have to call me out like that, but I appreciate you. And then of course we have our soul yes moments, which are like, yes, I agree with that, I align with that, that was for me, thank you girl. No matter what kind of moment you have while I'm sharing, I promise you it's all going to be for your betterment, right? So let's talk. So, here at the Hidden Jewel Wellness Boutique, every month I like to choose a theme. And sometimes the theme correlates with what's happening in the world. Sometimes it's a little bit of spillover from like what we talked about the year before, because the energy seems to repeat itself, right? Life flows through cycles. So, 9 times out of 9, the energy has made its way back, and it's time for us to talk about it again. It's just a new deeper iteration of what we've talked about before. And so the month of February is no exception, right? Everyone is all about Valentine's Day in the month of February. Now I'm gonna pause right here because I don't particularly care for Valentine's Day in my personal life. I feel like, and I know I've said this before about holidays and traditions and whatnot, I kind of feel like Valentine's Day is a sham. Okay. I kind of feel like, all of these girlfriend days, boyfriend, like, I just feel like we don't need a man created or we should need a man created holiday to remind us about what we should be doing anyway. But I digress. Listen, don't be mad at me. This is just my personal opinion. All right. But what I do know to be true is that I live in the real world and everyone is talking about Valentine's Day and they're talking about love, right? And so oftentimes, especially in the month of February, when we talk about love, it's always like that romantic love, like the love of another partner, your wife, your husband, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whatever. Like, it's about love. But in my experience and in my lifetime, I have found that the greatest love that you will ever experience is the love that you have for yourself. And I feel so passionately about self love and implementing self love to the point where I think it was 2021. My best friend and soul sister, Leah Pegram, now she was Leah Deluzio then. Congratulations on your marriage, boo. She and I did a very intimate, sacred experience called Sacred Self Love. And so we got together and we, decked the whole place out. And it was just amazing. And we ended up moving through like the main pillars that we feel are important as it pertains to sacred self love. And so that was the art of sensuality, the art of sexuality, the art of pleasure, and the art of play. And so combined, those things make up sacred self love, right? To the point where when we say sacred self-love and we talk about sensuality, sexuality, pleasure, and play, sensuality is like your ability to like feel into your body, your ability to flow, your ability to just be connected to your senses, right? Your sexuality is like, come on, you guys, that's your sexuality. That's your ability to be sexual. Like, how are you when it comes to expressing yourself sexually and allowing yourself to, be sexual, right? One of the things that I do to connect with my sexual side is I love a good shoulder. If you've been around here for any amount of time, I've said that again and again and again and again, to the point where I have a tattoo there. I love to give them a little shoulder. You give them a little shoulder and then you take it back. It's, to me, this is the sexiest part of my body, is my shoulder, right? Another part of my sexuality is like being one, or embracing my attraction to, women, right? That's one of the things that we talked about in that experience as well. And then, pleasure, right? How do you allow yourself to give and receive pleasure? And that doesn't have to be sexual pleasure. That can be, do you do the things that light you up? Do you do the things that you enjoy, right? I'm going to be so transparent in this live because that's what I do. I sometimes have a difficulty with my connection to pleasure. Sometimes the things that bring me joy are often associated with guilt, because somewhere along the line, the story was told that self-love is selfish. Somewhere along the line, the story was told that there are certain things that you have to remain humble about, and that if you allow yourself to feel too good about a certain thing, then it's greedy, or it's wrong, or it's somehow bad. And so in my journey, I'm still unlearning some of those old stories and some of those old paradigms, and it showed up today, hence the reason for this impromptu live. I really, 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 really wanted some fizz. You're going to be like, what, girl? One of the things that I have been yearning for is fizz. And if you don't know about fizz, you need to go on over to our website, because fizz is life in a packet. It is a little bitty packet about this wide, yay high, filled with energy, okay? Plant-based energy. If you don't know, we've partnered with Arbonne. We now sell some Arbonne products in our store. The fizz is like, it's just life for me. Like, I need my fizz. I have been doing a lot of work lately between the fizz and the focus. You combine them together, you get your mind right, and then you get some energy, and then it's plant-based energy. There's no crash. I can go and go and go and do other things that I need to do. And so I've been saying, I really want fizz. I really want fizz. I really want fizz. And I'm on the website. Now, mind you, I have done all the things that I'm supposed to do. All of the things are taken care of. I've, spent time with my wife. I've done all the things, right? There's no reason why, logically, I should not buy myself this fizz. But literally, you guys, I was on the website for like 20 or 30 minutes, rationalizing in my mind, having a physical reaction in my body to the fact that I was about to spend this money on some fizz. It seems so small, but in that moment, I was denying my pleasure. I was denying my ability to show myself love. Seriously. And I caught myself, and I was like, oh, wow. Hello, monthly theme. And I'm going to tell you why. Let's get to the last one. So then we also have play. Now, let's go back to pleasure for a minute, because although it's not always sexual, we did talk about conscious, or maybe that was play. Was that pleasure, or was that play, or was that both? We talked about meditation and masturbation. We talked about sacred play. We talked about conscious play and conscious pleasure, like allowing yourself, which can be twofold, allowing yourself to experience pleasure through the art of masturbation. It was so juicy. It was so good. Then finally, we move through play, right? Do you allow yourself to play? And you guys know that playing is directly connected to your creativity, which is womb wisdom, womb medicine. So when you stifle your ability to play and have a good time and to imagine and to create, you are denying yourself self-love, denying yourself self-love. You are denying yourself the opportunity to experience love at its highest, most sacred point. And so this month, not only are we talking about self-love, but we are taking it a step deeper. We are going further into it. And we are talking about life as ceremony. Now, I'm going to slow down when I talk about that because I got the self-love thing, right? The knowing and the understanding of what the art of self-love entails. But the implementation of it into my real world, the integration of it into my reality takes form as life as ceremony. Javon, what do you mean? In my everyday life, how can I show myself love? Social media, the internet, television, pop culture, society will have you believe that a self-love day and a self-care day has to look like a spa day or a bubble bath or lighting yourself some candles or sipping a glass of wine in your comfy, cozy rug or robe while listening to jazz and, you know, reading a book in the rain. And while all of that is amazing and actually like lit me the fuck up as I was thinking about it, that is not the only way that you can show self-love, that you can give yourself love at the highest point, right? And so what I have been really moving through is in my everyday existence, what is the highest level of love that I can show myself? And that is what really prompted this live today. Because if I can be honest, part of why I haven't been feeling in alignment with myself is because I have not been showing myself love in its highest, truest form. I have not done life as ceremony in the way that I normally do, in the way that I need to do for me. Now, if you've been here last month, you remember me telling you guys to set up a structure that supports you, which completely aligns with what I'm saying now. But the fact that I didn't do it is very hypocritical, right? The fact that I haven't been living my life in ceremony shows that I've been neglecting that structure that supports me. Do you see how it all builds upon each other, the work that we do here? Because when you build a structure that can support you, you know what you need to function in your day to day. You understand that these are my non-negotiables that I have to have in order for me to live and to operate in a level of excellence and in my highest level possible. And these are the people and the places and the things that I need to put in place to support that life, right? When you have all of that and you understand that and you integrate that and you embody that, that is how you begin to live your life as ceremony. Living my life as ceremony means that when I wake up in the morning, I have to have a cup of tea, I have to have my meditation, I have to have my breath work. And even if it's 5 minutes or a whole hour, I am going to sip this cup of tea, whether I'm driving and sipping, whether I'm working and sipping, or whether I'm sitting on my couch in my robe, you know, watching the sun come up because I have nowhere to go and I'm sipping my cup of tea. It is going to be a moment of solitude, a moment of gratitude, a moment of peace. It is ritual. It is ceremonial. It is the deeper iteration of self-love. Life as ceremony means that before I do my work here at the Hidden Jewel, before I try to create anything for you guys to see, I have to first connect with my own womb space. I have to first meditate. I have to first get quiet and listen to what spirit, God, the universe is trying to share from my womb to connect to yours. Have you ever noticed that there are moments when you guys get a lot of content and it's juicy and it's so good? Then there are moments where there's crickets and you're like tumbleweeds, like, girl, where are you? And then there's moments where it's not a lot, but it's like so good that it's enough to hold you because, girl, you have definitely been like in meditation, or, oh, that was just for me. The moments when I honor and remember what I need, right? The moments where I sit with myself, I light my candles, I play my music, I do my Reiki, I do some sound healing, I sing loud and off key. I feel it in my soul when I'm singing the words, and then the words begin to flow on the paper, and then you get content, or you get videos, or you get something in your email that is just so juicy. It doesn't matter if it's 3 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm living my life as ceremony in my business. When I am cooking dinner for my children and my wife, and I can either cook a meal that I'm rushed, and oh my God, let me throw this together real quick because I got something else to do, and oh, why do I have to be the one to cook? Or oh, I'm cooking but I'm not washing the dishes. Versus when I'm in the kitchen and I'm dancing and I'm singing and I'm pulling the herbs and I'm sprinkling and I'm moving, and my wife comes and she's kissing me on my shoulder, and I smile at her and I let her taste it, and the way that I am cooking the food is ceremonial. Do you understand that? Do you feel that? And if I may offer something to support you, living your life as ceremony leads to you connecting with your womb space more. Leads to you being in the flow and in your divine feminine more. Y'all, maybe I should have held this. This is good. I also need to tell you that I just got finished meditating and singing loud and off key, and doing some Reiki. So, people always say, Javon, how do you connect to your womb? Javon, how can I tap into my feminine side? Javon, how can I live life more in the flow? Learn how to live life as ceremony. When you're making your bed in the morning, when you're driving to work in the morning, everything becomes sacred. Everything. And so what I wanted to tell you today, that was a lot, but why it's so important for us to live life as ceremony is because, like I said, it is the deepest level of self-love, and it is the way to connect directly to your womb space. So this month we are going to be talking more about that, but I need to go ahead and share that later on this month, February 22nd, well, no, that's not February 22nd. February 22nd is my anniversary. February 22nd is my 1-year anniversary. Sorry, guys. Scratch that. What I want to say is that on Tuesday, February 21st, my good sis Leah and I are coming together yet again to bring another sacred experience. But this time, we are moving through life as ceremony. It is going to be a deeper, more sacred invitation into self-love. And so if you were there with us in 2021 when we did Sacred Self-Love, you're gonna want to show up for this. And if you're like, God, dog it, Javon, I'm not local, no worries. There is a live version. Well, you could say live. There is a version of the Sacred Self-Love on our online learning platform, Womb Keepers Academy. And it is a digital version of what we did live. And it is amaze balls. Like, there's some conscious movement there, there's some journal prompts, there's some meditation, there is a ceremony there to help you connect to your sensual side. There's a little bit of talk about meditation and masturbation to help connect with your sexual side. It's really, really, really good. It's a part of Womb Keepers Academy, and it has an investment of $55, so it's a very reasonable price, and that is available for you to partake in now. And then February 21st at 6:30 p.m. if you are local, we invite you out to join us for Life as Ceremony. Y'all, I wish I can tell you what's going to happen, but there's going to be a link posted where you can visit the Eventbrite page. Blah. I haven't had no tea today. Or did I? No, not no good tea. I had Lipton tea. I always feel like I'm cheating on the hidden jewel whenever I drink a tea that's not ours. But I digress. All right, you guys. I hope that something that I said was helpful. I hope that you had an aha moment. I hope that you had a so yes moment. And then for the chin check moments, I love you. And I'm so glad that you were open and that you were willing to move through and look at things in a different way. As always, remember to discover your inner sparkle and let it shine. Pause. Do me a favor, you guys. If you've made it to the end of this video and you liked anything that you heard, go ahead and click the subscription button if you are not subscribed to our YouTube channel. Also, click the notification bell so that you will always be notified first whenever I go live, whenever I upload a new video. You guys will get it before anybody else does because you're on the notification list. And I'm going to start doing something really fun for our YouTube family because I really want to nurture and cultivate this community over here. So if you're a part of the notification fam, I'm going to have something for you. So make sure that you are subscribed. Make sure that your notifications are on, okay? Also, share this video. There may be someone who needs it, someone who's feeling like, girl, I just cannot get my life together. And you're going to be like, oh, I got something for you. Let me introduce you to the idea of life as ceremony. So thank you all so much. Now, as I always say, remember to discover your inner sparkle and let it shine because the world is waiting on you to just be you. And as we always say, and what I believe with every fiber of my being, when a woman heals her womb, she definitely, truly, and in the most beautiful and sacred way heals the world. So here's to us healing the world together. All right. I love you.